稀罕。
Bonjour mes amis. Hi guys, I have a day off. And you know you're in Hong Kong where there's two Rolex and Patek Philippe shops side by side. Let's have a look around here. It's still early, it's only 11. Most shops open at 11 and most second-hand watch shops open only at 1 o'clock. Let me see a bit on this side street if there's anything good. Anyway, over the weekend I was watching the Archie luxury live stream. He exploded. That was good fun. Good show there. Oh, it's Shitterville here. And this shop in Bremont. That is actually Archie's favorite brand, of course. Breitling, looks like they don't have yet the new ones. I'll stop by the Breitling shop maybe today. That had the new Datora and Duograph. Maybe we'll try them on again. Look, I just saw a video from the watch guys about this Bed & Ross. Right here, BR0392 diver with the red dial. It's kind of cool. Not sure I would put money in there, but if you have with too much money to spend, sure, why not? Any new Seiko yet to report? No, they've been announced a month, almost 2 months ago now. But it's taking a while to be delivered. I think this month or early June. We're finally gonna see some more anniversary models, including those GMT Presage, which everyone is a bit anxious to see. It's kind of interesting to see Presage models with pretty much the same look as the Grand Seikos. Now here you have Rolex and other brands AD, but usually the watches come straight from the windows here to straight from the back of the shop to the shop right over there where they sell it at a big premium. Pretty obvious scam right there. Interesting Mont Blanc here, monopusher chronograph. The thickness is always the issue with the lesser brands, including those new Breitlings, because well, that is what high horology is about. Like Piaget here is keeping things very thin, but I do love the longer datograph up down in any case. See these Tudors that nobody really notices. You don't get the simplicity because inside you have just a ETA or Celita caliber base, but they are very striking in the window here. Apart from that, I'm interested at looking at some Rolex ladies models because my wife is interested in a 31 or maybe a 36. That would be 36, that would be 31 model, two-tone Jubilee with the diamond bezel. Unfortunately, she wants to buy it new. That's gonna cost the price of a car, to be honest there. I told her second hand I can get the full gold they just probably. Let's cross the street to see the Rolex that you're not gonna see at the AD. They're gonna be right there at Maze. So we are on a muddy road. And this is a new shop right here, Celestial Watches. I've noticed the other day. Very nice presentation here. Very lovely pieces. And if you don't want the chronograph, well, this is the one to get. 5712. This is really the Nautilus for me. Again, Mr. Stern, please, if you don't mind, I'd love to buy one at one of your authorized dealers here in Hong Kong. So you have everything here. You have the Cermit, the new subs. You have the GMTs. And you have the OP41s. No prices here on display, so not really interesting to show you. And a few blingy models as well. Let's move on. If you don't want to display a price, oh, there you go. Wow, look at that. 5270p Salmon dial. That's the one I really love. As far as dress watches come with high complications. Then I think that's the 5235, if I'm not mistaken. There, annual calendar, regulator style display. So cool. These are a lot more affordable. Not so popular because, Daytona, of course, there's a Daytona. You know, it's out of production. Hasn't been made in great quantities. Very cool original display, unusual case. Another watch that one day we're gonna tell ourselves, why didn't we buy it? Well, the reason is it costs a fortune, and we want to buy sure things, right? And more incredible things, the Pilot watch here, which is easy to buy at retail at the moment. Another watch that we might say one day, why didn't we buy it? But you know, it's a ton of money to shell out, and then you have to wait 10 years, 15 years for it to increase in value if that's your aim. Look at this one, just incredible. So it's always easy to say, why didn't I buy that yellow gold green dial Rolex when it was available until John Mayer made it popular? You know, if you're made of money, buy everything. Eventually some of them are going to rise in price, but you never know what's really going to capture people's attention. So this shop sells mostly brand new models. If you wonder where they are, they're here. I don't see displayed prices, so no point lingering about. It's just nice to see them together. It's easier for you then to choose which one you want between the root beer and Pepsi. I think the Pepsi always stands out, but if I found the root beer at retail, I would buy it at retail. So obviously the premium is not as big on it as in terms of percentage, but it's still yeah, a lot of money. And if you're gonna pay it anyway, and if you really want the Pepsi, you might as well get the Pepsi, because let's face it, it's never gonna it's never gonna be available. It would take another brand really to take the market by storm. And well, it has happened before. You know, there was a time where you could buy Rolex at the shop and you couldn't find the Panerais. So let's just not say no. And the shop here, classic watches. I always found them a bit dodgy. We're still on a muddy road, but they do have a lot of things for sale. For a while I was looking at those semi-vintage 16710s. I'm getting more and more fond of the Cokes, actually. The ones here look very, very clean. I gotta say, maybe they made a nice haul there from a collector. Different prices for different models. You know, if you can't get the new OP, this one is actually quite cool. Look at the dial. Some diamonds there for 54,000. You get an unusual dial. I've never seen that one actually. There are more Rolex marquees of different sizes and diamonds. And if only my wife would want that, I would say that that's a really cool one. That too is quite cool. The Thunderbird in two-tone, chronograph. Wow, look at this one. Look at this dial. So you have the Jubilee. You have probably white gold fluted bezel. You have diamonds on the 9 and the 6. You have a brown dial with the Rolex marquees in different sizes. 78,000. It's about 10. It's pretty much exactly 10 grand US. So that's your reference there. 10 grand US is this watch. Man, I've never seen that. It's quite flamboyant to have those diamonds. I don't know for a man if it would be the choice, but compared to a lady's watch, it is manly. Let's compare it to the two-tone. What's really interesting there is how the Rolex, the main Rolex name there is inserted. It's kind of almost like a sticker put on the dial, like an afterthought. That is so weird, to work so hard on making a very elegant 9 and 6 with diamonds, and then put a sort of a sticker there on the dial. It kind of works in some magic Rolex way. I mean, you buy that one, you're sure nobody's going to have the same as you. Nobody's going to dare. I don't see really a lady wearing that, so maybe it's more of a guy who's very sure of himself. So that would be a 36. So my wife is after one of these. Well, not this one. She wants the full diamond bezel. She wants champagne dial, diamonds on it, Jubilee. I mean, I got tipped that maybe I could find, if I paid that bought that new at an AD, I could get an offer for a Steel Sports. It would have to be a Pepsi for me to go, not to my usual AD though, to purchase that watch for my wife. And this one is the standout so far. I had never seen that, or this one for that matter, where the Rolex sticker is sort of black and white. It's very cool. Alright, moving on to High Street, the Rolex shop. Let's see if they have actually the one. Oh, that's more diamonds than I asked for. This is Nathan Road, the main road here in TST. We tend to forget that Patek also make those unusual models. I'm not sure who that really appeals to. Every Patek window currently has these They're nice, but I guess at the price point, people wonder, hey, why would I buy something like that when I can get oh, there you go, the Seiko shop. Let's have a look, see if there's anything new. When I can get so many other things, you know, for before getting a Pilot Calatrava, which is a bit of an anomaly kind of watch. So I'm gonna go inside the Grand Seiko shop here, see a bit what's new. I pretty much know everything that's new, but you never know. Maybe some of the novelties of 2021 are in the shop. I doubt it. Okay, there wasn't much at the Grand Seiko shop, but here are some more Pateks, 5712 and the 6085. Actually, it looks quite good in the metal. Fairly similar, well, pretty much the exact same caliber, but more compact. Full steel. Quite interesting actually. And a nice patina there on the 16710 Coke. And speaking of steel, here's the 5960 with the black dial. Very sought after. Trades a lot higher than the white dial. Looking amazing. Brand new here. $71.18s, $57.11 in white. And of heavy hitters. Some nice offshores as well. A lot of brand new in the box Pateks here. 5204. I guess that would be the split chronograph if I'm not mistaken. And then yeah, the new OPs and the usual gang. The heat today is just relentless. It is literally a watch safari that I'm doing for you. Today I'm wearing the Black Bay 58. Just the perfect watch to wear in Hong Kong. You know, you can just it serves its purpose. You know, looks good, very accurate. Not afraid of the elements, the heat. I went swimming with it a couple of days ago on the beach. I hope that bezel is gonna fade at some point. Too much to dial, and yeah, it's just too hot on High Street. Let's go a bit. I'm gonna check out the guitar shop maybe, and Champagne Court. Then we'll try to go a bit further down in Kowloon as we are walking up Nathan Road. Big up to the Archie gang, Marco and the guys. Archie exploded. I think it was Saturday morning, Friday night for the US guys. But well, it was a nice piece of comedy as this cool Skyhawk played. I like to collect crazy nonsensical Hong Kong plates. I've posted hundreds of them on Facebook, on a Facebook group dedicated to those crazy WTF Hong Kong plates. Anyway, yeah, nice piece of comedy there. Well, I hope it's comedy from Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays Archie Luxury, exploding after the way he was treated by the timepiece gentleman. I watched a bit of that live stream, you know, that he took part in with a guy named Nico, who has an incredible amount of subscribers for someone who just shouts at you behind the camera. Honestly, I just can't bear it. I tried to watch a couple of videos. It's just not something I enjoy. And there was also Eric Rivera, which is a lot more fun. I like Eric's style. Watch your style, Eric. He's got a cool Miami vibe going. And yeah, he talks about pieces that I'm not really interested or can't really afford. But he's a genuine guy, a lot of fun. Doesn't really do an act in his thing. And as for the TPG, the timepiece gentleman, I tried watching a couple of videos, but they're very, very long, and most of it is just, very heavy-handed flexing, let's say. I don't find it very interesting. I don't think that's what watches are about, but it's more about one side of the business, of the dealer's business. Look, to each his own. In the end, I didn't think Archie was at home in that group of people. Although a chat between Archie and Eric can always be fun, but the rest of the crew there, not really the same kind of YouTube space as Archie is occupying. And yeah, didn't turn out too well. Anyway, does it really matter? Not really. Anyway, Archie got a few good bits of comedy out of it. All right, let's go check out some guitars now at Tom Lee Music. Tom Lee.
似係咯，但係睇唔到。呢個呢個係星期六俾我嘅。
And now we are in Yomate Dundas Street. We're not going to the Rolex shop. Oh no. We are going. So this is Nathan Road. And here. First, a shop that sometimes has interesting different pieces, but today nothing in particular that catches my eye. So we're gonna go to the end of the Dundas Street, right off Nathan Road. So now you know where to go. You pass the Foot Locker, keep on going over there. If you have a rock band, you can go rehearse in one of those buildings. Very democratic prices, much cheaper than in Central. It's a very bustling kind of street, very busy.
Just trying to get run over between all the cars.
Young type of era. Always nice things to see. And the youth is totally oblivious to the millions of dollars of watches that are just around the corner. The first shop, Queen Watch. It's a very, very clean 16710 Pepsi full set, 146. It's got a different look than the other ones you might see. It looks very, very clean. Price is very high, almost as high as the current generation BLRO. That's a 16700, not to mistake for the 710, which is well, better technically. And then another tritium dial Coke. I'm starting to like the Coke more than the Pepsi. 5-digit Zenith two-tone, just above 100,000 Hong Kong, so that would be 15,000 US. And over there, Salmon dial Tudor Prince. I've been eyeing this one. 35k, 36k almost. It's not the big block, it's a later model, a rounded type of case. I like this one quite a bit. Looks like it's the watch only, not full set. But talking about Salmon dials, it's as cool as it gets, I think. Is it worth it? I don't know, you be the judge. It's about the price of the new models. Some new old stock. An advisor here. See, quite a bit cheaper. And you get a very, very cool watch there with all the complications, the alarm. Here you have the Seamasters Apnea, the Jacques Mayol collaboration. And here, 116,000 for the Zenith two-tone black dial. It's a good look, I gotta say, compared to the 6-digit. PNF here. They have two sides to this shop. They always have very nice Rolex and other stuff. The Omega Trilogy. It's been there for ages. I mean, most of these watches, I've seen them for months and months. That's why most of my videos are starting to look the same. It's because yeah, it doesn't sell all that well, that stuff. It's Breitling, I mean, look at that. That is quite lovely. 68,000, if I'm not mistaken, the price. Yeah, 68,000. See, when there is so much available, people just don't know what to buy anymore, I guess. Anyway, that's the end of the Dunda Street. There's a few more shops over there. This one here, which is typically very overpriced, Union Classic watch. You see the CHNR is 169 here compared to the 150 something a minute ago. But first let's go into the main area here in Yomate, YMT. It's this gallery here. Got food, got clothing, and then the other side of that PNF shop. This is where the good stuff can be found. Always like those black and gold. It's a cool look, you know. Double red, no price, so okay, might be a price. Let's see. 150,000 for this one. I guess 1675. Nice two-tone sub. It's got a good vibe to it. This shop window has very good lighting, which it helps. A very retro Patek Philippe. 16710. So this would be the latest, right before they went to the modern Pepsi. But Y series here with the holes on the case, that would be probably, yeah, it's a Swiss made dial. Yeah, maybe early 2000, I would say. Tudor really had good moments. This is one of the best. I like this. Prince Date there, Hydronaut. Just a cool looking watch with a cool vibe, cool color. This here, I've shown it before, but the price 65.8. The condition is good. It's really a steal. Moving on to Time Art. I guess these are pretty good value. 16710s. 888 would mean very good condition, full sets, or at least with papers. I'm not really a vintage GMT specialist, to be honest with you, but I've been seeing quite a few lately, and this, I think it's the one I tried on last time. And that was Home Watch. Moving on. Just next door, a nice Chelsea Master Geographic. 18 karat gold. Stunning look. Same movement you find in the APs. The stick dial I tried on last time, still there. You see, these things don't really sell fast, you know, once you get to the price point. There's such a choice. And it's the better part of a brand new Pepsi or CHNR. Or very close to where Batman trades. Sometimes if you can choose, the best thing to do is not do anything. Let the watch come to you. Could be a Kermit. And now let's go to London Watch. Always, I think the very best. Great presentation, just solid reputation. And wow, this cork is nice. Yeah, tritium dial. couple of Daytonas here. Prices are going really crazy on these, on the Zenith Daytonas. See, the watches are still there. This one I think is the most beautiful around. Alright, quick story time. This is the worst store in probably the whole of Hong Kong, certainly there in a Yo Ma Tei Wing Kong watch. It's on Nathan Road, so it's high street, very high prices in general, and really dodgy kind of guys. Usually you have a couple of very junior guys straight out of high school, totally ignorant about watches, and then you have a sharky salesman. So I see a steel sports Swiss watch, the same as one I just purchased on Chrono 24, which is in transit now. I'm not going to reveal what it is. It's not a Rolex, but it's a very specific model from a very important watch manufacturer. And I see the same model in the window at slightly higher price, not much. And if I had seen it in the same condition as the one I bought on Chrono 24, which is full set, full bracelet and everything, excellent condition, maybe I would have bought it right here to not have the worry of shipping. So I go in, ask to see the watch, and I am directed to the more experienced salesman because the young guys have no idea what they're doing there. And he puts the watch in front of me and says, "Oh, you can't try it because it doesn't have more links, so it's just the watch only, not enough links to fit a man, so it could be stolen, could be whatever, who knows." And then the guy tells me it's a very good price. So the price is 58,000 Hong Kong or about 7,500 US, but he says it's worth 120,000 or 15 grand US. And I start laughing, and I'm telling him, you know, I just bought it on Chrono 24. Maybe you should get the app for less than that, full set, full bracelet. And I tell him straight in front of the junior guys, he's trying to impress there with his salesmanship, that there's no way he's gonna ever sell a watch like that to someone who knows anything about the watches. So these shops here are just made for total tourists because they're just gonna sell you a lot of bollocks as you walking and tell you that, for example, a Rolex is automatic. That's the kind of level you're setting when you walk into Wing Kong watch. To avoid, never step inside. Their prices are really bad and you don't know anything about the watches they're selling. And then to wrap up my little watch safari, I went back to the Breitling boutique, which still has in the window the new chronographs, so it means that people are a bit on the fence. I think everybody likes the copper dial Daytona 42 millimeters, and this is the rose gold version. Beautiful watches. I'm okay with the size of the watch, but the value proposition there inside is not Breitling chronograph base. It's actually caliber made by Concepto on the base of a Valjoux 7750, so you still feel that wobble of the unidirectional rotor. And when you get to the price point of $12,000 and can't really negotiate a reasonable discount, that's where you have to slam the brakes. I think the value proposition is probably the blue dial steel duograph with the very cool split complication. quite unusual at that kind of a price point, and the base of it is the Breitling B01. So for now, I'm not really sold on it. I still love this salmon dial, copper dial as they call it. Maybe I would buy it from a multi-brand retailer, where I could negotiate the adequate, let's say, discount. And that's about it for this video. Thanks for staying with me. It was a long one. Today is Buddha's birthday. It's a holiday in Hong Kong. So if you're Buddhist, enjoy the day, and if you're not, enjoy the watches anyway. Bye bye, guys.